Have to take this.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fulfillionaire's File, where we explore the stories, strategies, and personal breakthroughs of individuals who are creating fulfillment, purpose, and transformation in their lives, and of course, in the lives of others. I'm Victoria Ferrer, a personal power and public presence coach, and of course, a financial educator. I truly believe that when people develop their inner power and align their mindset with their goals, extraordinary things begin to happen. And in this series, we speak with professionals who are helping others overcome barriers, build confidence, and step into a more empowered life. And today's conversation is particularly fascinating because we will explore the power of the subconscious mind and how it can support real, lasting change. Our guest today is Melissa Nagrocki, the CEO of Melzenith Hypnosis, who works with hypnosis to help people overcome internal blocks and create meaningful transformation in their lives. She reminds people that hypnosis isn't about being fixed, it's about accessing the part of you that already knows how to change. Isn't that interesting? Melissa, welcome to Fulfillionaire's File. It's wonderful to have you with us today.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, and thank you for, giving me a yes, we can do it, Vicky. I'm just so glad about that because I know you have a lot of activities, you're very busy, and I'm sure this is going to be a rewarding experience in terms of our conversation. So, Melissa, let's start at the beginning. How did you first discover hypnosis and what led you to make it such an important part of the work you do today?
Well, I have to tell you, hypnosis wasn't even on my radar. So I am a healer by nature. So I practice energy healing and I am a psychic medium. So I do a lot of work with people that come to me that are looking for answers. And what I've always found in all of my healing work is that at the end of it, there's always, here's how you can navigate this situation. So that's always how, whatever energy work I'm doing, that's how it ends. Here's the guide. You know, you're going to go through what you're going through, but here's how we're going to help you get through it. And so a lot of times when I'm doing my work, I would start to get like little hints of like past life stuff coming in. So I
Hmm.
wanted to learn more about this because always I'm always wanting to learn what other modalities are out there that I could bring into my toolbox to help my clients. And I'm a teacher, so I always want to teach
Mhm.
them something. So when they leave my office, they have the tools that they need to help themselves because it's all about empowerment. It's all about giving them their life back and letting them know that they have the tools, the innate tools that they have to help themselves. So through trying to learn about more about past life regression, I found hypnosis, and hypnosis made so much sense because you're
Mhm.
talking about using the tools that you already have. You know,
Yeah.
all the answers are in your subconscious. So when you start to look at how can I make positive changes and what's stopping me from making those changes, and you start to look at the part that the subconscious plays and that role of wanting to protect you and keeping you safe, and you just go into that a little bit more, it's like, okay, I understand, and it's just a gentle way of approaching the problem. You're not necessarily beating yourself up about it. You're not saying, I can't believe I know what to do, but I just can't do it. It's like, well, here's why. Here's why you can't do it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
hypnosis gave me that. It gave me a way of helping my clients for them to be able to understand themselves a little better. So it
Wow.
just seemed like a natural fit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Many people have only seen hypnosis portrayed in movies or stage shows in Vegas, which
Yes.
can sometimes create misunderstanding about what it really is. And as you know, what is hypnosis actually like in a therapeutic or personal development setting?
Okay. So there's a little grain of truth to stage hypnosis and what you see on TV, right? You can absolutely put someone into hypnosis in a matter of minutes, in a matter of seconds. But here's the
Mhm.
thing, they have to be willing to do it. So
Mhm.
if you come to me and you say, I want to stop smoking, and I say, okay, why do you want to stop smoking? And you're like, well, because my wife is telling me to stop smoking, and my
Mhm.
parents doesn't like, it's not going to work because you're doing it for other people. So you have to make that internal decision that, you know what? This is not serving me anymore. Whatever it is, whatever the too much behavior is, too much smoking, too much drinking, too much eating, too much working, whatever that too much behavior is, you have to be in a place where you truly are ready to make that change, right? So that's the
Right.
first thing. So it has to come from you. And then the second thing is hypnosis is not asleep. So when you're doing hypnosis, you as the practitioner, you're just guiding the person through it. But the person that's receiving it
Mhm.
has to be comfortable enough with doing it. So a lot of people are afraid that when they come in the therapeutic session, I'm going to put them out. They're going to be asleep. They're not going to know what happened. They're just going to wake up. And hypnosis is not that. What hypnosis is a very deep state of relaxation. So when you're in hypnosis, you can hear what's happening around you. If you are uncomfortable in your body and you need to move your arm or your leg or scratch your nose, you can do that. If an alarm goes off, and you need to get up and run, you can get up and run. You're not asleep. You're not paralyzed. You're just in a really wonderful state of relaxation. So think about it as, right before you fall asleep completely, you're in that wonderful space where you're super, super comfortable. And if the dog barks, you can see what's happening, but you really just don't want to move. That's hypnosis. So it's kind of the same experience when you come into the office. I go through an entire thing of what hypnosis is, what it isn't. We address any questions or concerns so you are completely ready to just relax when you get on the couch. You're just going to relax. And then you're just going to let whatever happens happens. And with hypnosis, it really is just focusing your attention on one particular thing. And we've all done this. We've all
Mhm.
had hypnosis. So think about when you're driving, right? Highway hypnosis. You're driving somewhere, and this is a place that you've been many times. Let's say you're driving to work, and you pulled out of the driveway, and you might remember the stop sign on the corner, and all of a sudden you're at work and you don't know how you got there. Your body and your subconscious just naturally takes you down the path that you're supposed to go. And in that moment you just allow your mind to wander and do whatever it needs to do, right?
Right. Right.
But if a kid or a dog or a ball comes in front of your path, you're immediately back in that space, so you're 100% aware of what's happening, you know?
Right.
So that's
Mhm.
kind of the thing that I like to, that's how I explain hypnosis to people. It's not this mystical, magical thing.
Mhm.
It's something that we've all done at one point or another in our lives. It's
Wow.
pretty cool.
It is. It is. One thing I find fascinating is how many people try to change habits through willpower alone. They say things like, oh, I'll just try harder, or I'll force myself to stop, or I'll push through it. But often those habits keep returning. Why do you believe working with the subconscious mind is so powerful compared to relying only on willpower?
So here's the thing. Your mind and your body is always going to do what is the most comfortable thing for you to do in that moment. So if you have all these great ideas about what you want to do. But if your mind is comfortable sitting on that couch in that moment, whether or not it's the good thing for you to do or the right thing for you to do, you're just going to sit on that couch, right? And
Yeah.
then you have this aspect of, I know I should be doing it. Why can't I do it? So we're really rough on ourselves. We beat up ourselves. But when you start to understand that your subconscious mind is always going to try to keep you safe and happy, whether it's a bad habit or not. When you're stressed and you go for that cigarette, that's your subconscious mind of saying, I want to make you safe. I want to make you happy. And I know this
Mhm.
tool is going to help. So let's do this, right? It's not it's not working against you in that sense. It's working for you. It's trying to keep you safe and happy. So what if we could tap into the subconscious mind and we could say, hey, I get that your job is to keep me safe and happy, but the way that we're doing it isn't working for me. Let's come up with other healthy things that will still keep us safe and happy, give us gratification, but we don't need this bad habit anymore. In a loving and gentle way instead of beating up on ourselves. And
True.
once we find that thing that makes us happy, because what do we stick with, right? We always stick with what makes us happy. So if you decide that you're going to start walking instead of having that cigarette or instead of sitting on the couch in the evening, and you truly find joy in walking, you're never going to think about that cigarette again because you've replaced that habit with something that gives you the same gratification, safe and happy in a healthier way. And all of that happens in the subconscious.
Right. So,
Yeah.
would you say the subconscious mind is where many of our patterns, beliefs, and automatic behaviors are stored?
Yes. And a lot of times the behaviors we have aren't even truly ours.
Mm,
They are things that society has told us will work. If you're
yeah,
sad, go for the ice cream in the fridge. So if you hear that enough, you're like, well, it must work. Let's try
that's
that.
true. That's
And
true.
then you get that sugar and then you realize it works. So then you just continue doing that. So it's just a matter of really like looking at examining what really works for us and what truly makes us happy as opposed to what we've been told by society or what we grew up seeing in our own family of origins that may work for somebody else in that family but it's not working for you anymore.
Yeah. Something you often say really resonates with me. You talk about helping people access the wisdom they already have within them. And as a coach myself, I see how powerful that realization can be for people. And so, how does hypnosis help people reconnect with their inner guidance and inner wisdom?
So part of my program, when I do hypnosis on people is I also teach them how to do self hypnosis. So, again, that teaching component of giving people the tools that they need. So, when you come out of a session, you're not just relying on me to show you the answers, I'm giving you the tools for you to find the answers yourself. And so I always tell people when you go through sessions with me, it's more than just a half an hour session or an hour session and you're on your way. You're going to be putting in the work because I want you to be whole when you leave. I want you leaving with that confidence that whatever situation comes up after our sessions, that you are able to handle it on your own. Or you can call me too, but you have a tool that is going to work for you. You have the confidence that you have everything that you need inside of you to attack whatever that problem or situation is, and looking at it from the perspective that you are in control of the situation and that whatever is happening outside of you is happening for you, not to you. And when you
Mhm.
start to look at things in that perspective, it's like, okay, so what's the lesson in this stressful situation that's happening for me? Why is this happening for me? What's the lesson? What am I supposed to learn? And that perspective gives you your power back.
Yeah. So, do
Yeah.
people sometimes surprise themselves by the insights or clarity they gain during hypnosis?
Yes, because they come for stopping smoking
Mhm.
or they come for, stopping eating, and they leave with a whole different idea of who they are and what they can achieve.
Wow. So, one of the most inspiring parts of this work is seeing the transformation people
Absolutely.
experience. And without sharing anything confidential, of course, what is one of the most powerful shifts you've witnessed in a client through hypnosis?
I had to think about this for a while. I think I had a client that was a very, very active person, and she started just feeling like weakness in her body and couldn't figure out what it was. And she'd go through bouts of, she's fine for a few months, and then when it was really bad, she was in a wheelchair. And then she'd be fine for a while. But her concern was this time around, it was more time in the wheelchair, and she just couldn't seem to get back to where she was. So we had to kind of look at what was going on there. And it was, again, going back to that protective mechanism, right? So it turns out that the time that she had outside of the wheelchair when she was feeling great, in the back of her mind, there was always this thing that I'm going to wind up back there in the chair. So
Mm-hmm.
we really had to work with building her confidence and figuring out what was the protection mechanism that was keeping her in the chair. And so I think we did about 10 sessions with her. And by the time we were done, she was out of the chair. And today she
Oh.
has still been out of the chair. She's figured out exactly what was going on with her body. And she went to many doctors and couldn't figure out why this was happening. But it was something that just was just in her, stuck in the back of her head. There's this fear that was stuck in the back of her head that was keeping her in that chair. So, you know, she's walking again. She's happy. She's amazing. She's amazing. And she went back to school, finished school.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
living her best life.
amazing. So
Yeah.
that's all because of hypnosis. And people are still um ignorant, or they have not a lot of knowledge about hypnosis, the power of hypnosis. Oh, Melissa, this has been such an insightful conversation. And what I appreciate most about your approach is the reminder that people are not broken. Often they simply need the right tools and guidance to unlock the potential already inside them. And
Yes.
before we close, many people watching or listening today may be curious about exploring hypnosis themselves. You often mention the first step is very simple. You invite people to begin with a free discovery call, which is a relaxed conversation where they can talk about their goals, ask questions, and see if working together feels aligned. Melissa, where can people book that discovery call and learn more about your work? Can you share your contact details?
Yes, absolutely. So melzenith.com, melzenith.com. So, and I'm gonna just share a little thing with you. The
Yeah.
reason that I picked Mel Zenith is Mel, Melissa, Zenith helping you get to your goals.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love the branding too. So yeah, and I won't forget it. It's something that's memorable.
Right?
Zenith, Mel Zenith. So yeah, whoever is viewing us, please remember that and keep in touch, and contact Melissa, because if you are, somehow there's this block or something that's bothering you, don't wait until it's too late, right? Contact her, and she's such a wonderful person. She will
Oh,
definitely be, giving you open arms and say, yes, I can help you. So thank you again, Melissa, for sharing your knowledge and your passion with us today. And to everyone watching, remember this: sometimes the biggest breakthrough happen not by forcing change, but by working with the deeper part of the mind that already knows how to grow. Any parting words, Melissa, before we say goodbye to the audience?
just love yourself. Be kind to yourself. I think that's the thing that's missing. We pour so much of ourselves into everybody else and we don't pour back into ourselves. So just love yourself.
I know, that's beautiful. So, this is Victoria Ferrer, your personal power public presence coach and financial educator. This has been another episode of Fulfillionaire's File. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep stepping into your personal power. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.